Will Endries is an herbalist from West Virginia who has been practicing herbalism for over 40 years. After spending 28 years studying herbalism under Clarence Frederick Gray, or Catfish, Will created his own business called Will's Wild Herbs, based in Hillsborough, North Carolina. His day typically begins on his porch on Okinichi Street at 8 a.m. Whether he's going over his daily schedule, doing a phone consultation, or talking with his apprentice Brooke Crowley, his dog Dove and his cat Stella are always by his side. When Will is not out gathering herbs, leading classes, or training Brooke, he spends time in his home. In every nook of the house, you will find something interesting and meaningful to Will. Photos of Sean Endries, Will's son, are a prominent part of the decor. The space Will has created in his home is representative of who he is and what he values, but it also serves as a cozy workspace for Brooke and him. Brooke, who has her own natural skincare business called Bohemian Apothecary, discovered Will's apprenticeship program when she was living in Wilmington. She and her husband now live in Cary, and she has been working with Will since September. The two work together as an efficient team. After some instruction from Will, Brooke is able to work while Will remains close by to answer any questions. Brooke prepares the desert herb chaparral to be put in a jar with alcohol so that the medicinal qualities of the plant infuse the alcohol and can be sold as a tincture. After the chaparral has been chopped and jarred, Will and Brooke fill the jar to the brim with alcohol. They will agitate and shake the jars daily and add alcohol as needed for at least 4 weeks before it is ready to pour into tincture bottles to sell. A lot of Will's office work entails him scheduling his week, and since each workday is different, Will relies on his calendar to keep track of what his week has in store. On some weekends, Will goes to the Durham Farmers Market to sell his herbs. He arrives with a full van at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning in order to set up his stand by the time the market opens at 9. Since dogs are not allowed at the farmers market, Dove waits patiently in the van and is sometimes rewarded with a slice of Pie Pusher's pizza. Will arranges his stand with products, and the sweet smell of his cedar incense entices customers to come explore his stand. Since Will has been doing the Durham Farmers Market for years, he has been able to establish close relationships with many of the other vendors. Will's natural ability to relate to people makes it easy for him to connect with his customers. After a few minutes of knowing someone, he is able to have serious and intimate conversations. But the warmth and kindness he exudes towards others makes most of the conversations and interactions he has lighthearted and fun. In order to have things to sell at the market, Will must go out into the field to gather herbs and plants. On this particular day, Will and Brooke head into the woods to collect cedar to make into smudge sticks. Will instructs Brooke to look for the young, healthy branches without seeds, which he knows will make a better product. He demonstrates to Brooke how a healthy piece of cedar should burn and smell so she can understand which limbs to collect. These excursions may serve the practical purposes of gathering and teaching, but they also are a fun way for Will and Brooke to bond and enjoy each other's company. As always, Dove and Stella are never far away as Will works from home to wrap the recently gathered cedar. Once the cedar limbs are bound, he will leave them to dry before finally wrapping them with colorful string to be sold as cedar smudge sticks. With all the hard work Will does each day, it is important to take time to rest and eat lunch. Weaver Street Market is the perfect place for a delicious lunch break and to accomplish his grocery shopping before getting back to work. Each workday for Will and Brooke is different and educational. Brooke is attentive and eager to learn as Will teaches her how to gather calamus root. The calamus root has many different medicinal benefits, and chewing on a small piece can help a variety of issues, particularly gastrointestinal problems. Gathering the root is an intensive and dirty process, and by the end of the day, Will and Brooke are caked with mud. As always, Dove remains close by and is there to offer moral support while Will and Brooke are hard at work. Even after the draining work of gathering the calamus is finished, the intensive task of washing the calamus with plungers is next on the agenda. Will and Brooke first fill the basins with water and vigorously plunge the roots. The muddier the roots are, the more times the process must be repeated. After many rounds of washing, the calamus will be ready to be dried and then later packaged. Although Will's life is already so busy with consultations, filling orders, giving workshops, training Brooke, and socializing, he has found time to start writing a book so he can begin sharing some of his knowledge of the beloved calamus root with others. Will's expertise and understanding of medicinal herbs is evident. His passion and years of experience make him an outstanding herbalist. who knows the best weeds to take for your needs.